Hi everybody, my name is Zoe. I'm doing yoga sessions for the yoga at the Hub at Plymouth College. We started our first session last week. Obviously this week brings new challenges with us all having to be off school. So I've decided to do some online little sessions for you so you can do them at home any time of day or whenever you feel you need them in the week. So they're going to be about 15, maybe no more than 20 minutes, so you should be able to just fit that in whenever you want. Can be done inside or outside, however you feel you want, wherever you want to be. So this week we're going to look at emotions. We're going to be thinking about every day. All of us get loads of emotions, can be quite, can sometimes take over a lot of how we feel. So today we'll be sitting, checking in with our emotions, seeing how we feel, and then learning how to just manage them really. So today what I want you to do is sit in a nice comfortable position, so either like I am kneeling, or you can sit cross-legged, or if that's not comfortable, sit with your legs out or either in a chair. So I want you just to sit nice and tall, just relax your shoulders up, back and down, relax your hands on your legs or your knees, and just begin to either close your eyes or just focus on a spot just in front of you. It's about 2 or 3 feet in front of you. So as you sit here, start to just notice and observe your breathing. So just take a minute or two here to notice your breath. If it helps you, you can place one hand on your chest here, one hand on your belly, so just below your belly button, and just feel where your breath is in this moment in time. So let's just take a moment to do that now. And as you do that, I want you to just see what your emotions are like when I mention these words and how that makes you feel, okay, with the word that I'm about to say. So the first one is joyful. The next one is sad. Next one is excited, peaceful, nervous, bored, frightened, lonely. So that's just a few emotions that you might feel throughout any course of a week or a day. And I just want you to check in with how connected you were to any of those, if any of those emotions you connected to. If you did, that's great. If you didn't, doesn't matter. But it's just a useful exercise that every day you check in with what your emotions are telling you, and that we learn to just be in touch with which emotion and feeling we're having, and this allows us to react better with our emotions so that we can deal with them as they arise. So we're just going to take a minute now to just check in with your feelings at this present time. So just allow your body to find that emotional balance. So we're going to move on next to a little exercise which helps us create a nice relaxing response to the body. So when we work with the next form of breathing I'm going to teach you, it helps us calm our body within about 2 to 3 minutes when you practice it, and it creates this relaxation response on the nervous system. So it's great for times when you might just feel you need a little time out, you might be feeling a little bit anxious about something. You can just sit or you can lie down and just find a little space for you. So I give you a minute to do this if you want to sit as I am, or as I said before, kneeling or legs out in front. Or you might want to just lie down on the floor, take your hands a little away from your body and your feet a little wider apart and just make yourself comfortable for a minute. Okay, so once you're comfortable, we're going to now be thinking about our breathing again. So I want you to start to take a nice inhale and nice exhale. Do that a couple of times, breathing in through your nose, out through your mouth. And then after a couple of those, I want you to start lengthening your breath out. So if you breathe in, start to count your breath. So breathing in for 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Breathing out for 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6. You might find that you're breathing slightly quicker than that, or maybe you can take a longer breath out. But what you don't want to do is be out of breath. So make sure that you're breathing in, but breathing out gently and not forcing the breath out. So just have a go. Start to think about that form of breathing and start to bring it in. Okay, so once you've focused on that form of breathing for a little while, we're going to move on to a couple of postures. These postures help to bring focus and awareness to your body, which is great to do, again, any time of day. So let's do that now. We're going to start with downward dog. So coming onto hands and knees. Okay, so we bring our hands under our shoulders, knees under our hips. And coming to downward dog, we tuck our toes under. Take a big breath in. As we exhale, we lift our hips up and we push back to our heels. So notice my hips, feet are hip width apart. My chin is tucked towards my chest. My tailbone is lifted high to the ceiling. And I'm gently pressing with my palms onto the floor. So I feel a nice stretch from my fingertips to shoulders and from my tailbone down to my heels. And just take a few breaths here. Find your breath, find presence in the body, and just take a little moment. After that, we're going to bring gently our knees down, back to the floor, breath out. And then we're going to come into one more pose. We're going to come into tree pose, okay? So we're going to come to standing, gently come up, okay? And we're going to start by bringing our palms together. So I want you to roll your shoulders back and down, stand tall, feet hip width apart. We're going to take either our toe to the floor with our knee right knee out to the side, or your foot to your lower leg. You can bring the foot higher, so if you want to challenge your balance a little bit, bring it here, or you can flex the foot and bring it across the thigh. All right, so either of these, find one that's a little bit challenging, okay, because it's always good to have a challenge in yoga. Find your focus points. That could be a little spot on the floor in front of you, or it could be at eye level, something behind, something on the opposite wall. And again here, just find your breath. Take that moment to find the breath and breathe. You might notice that obviously your supporting foot doing a lot of work, okay? But that's great, because it's all about finding that balance within the body and the breath. And we take a few breaths there, then we replace that foot down to the floor and we change feet, okay? So try and do the same thing on the other side. Again, palms together in prayer, nice and tall, and relaxed breath. And once we've done that side, gently release the foot and come back down onto the floor. Take a moment to come into child's pose. So child's pose is a nice posture. Bring your knees together, your feet together, sit back to your hips. And here you can just gently bring your palms one on top of the other, okay? Elbows out to the side and just relax your forehead onto the back of your top hand. So this is if you're kneeling on the floor. If you're sitting in your chair, okay, some of you might want to do it if you're sat at a desk, you just want a bit of time out, you can do that as well. So imagine I'm sat on my chair, okay, I would bring my forearms onto my knees with my thumbs touching. I would gently exhale and bring my forehead down to my thumbs. So my forehead is resting onto my hand. And the weight of your skull is releasing onto the back of your hands. This releasing of the pressure, okay, of the skull onto either the hands that were here on the floor or in your sitting position just helps create a calming sensation onto the brain here. Okay, so there's a little pressure point there. So it's quite a nice one to do if you just want to take some time out from studying, or you just think, oh, I just like to relax maybe before bed. So a few breaths there, you can take a minute or two in your child's pose. So I'll let you do that now. Okay, so following on from child's pose, which is nice and relaxing, we've also got the lying relaxation pose called Shavasana. Shavasana, you can just lie down, show you this one. So simply lying down on the floor with your feet just hip width apart, hands a little bit wider, just tuck your chin in a little bit and just wiggle your body, get your body nice and comfortable on the floor. Just take a moment here. Okay, so take a moment to check in with your body. We're going to do a little exercise on focusing on feelings. So I want you to just notice any feelings that might be coming into the body. So we can label these a bit like a playlist that we do for our songs. What we do is, if for instance we think of a thought like, oh, when's dinner? Okay, we can label that as a thought. If we feel joy or maybe sadness, we can label that as an emotion. And maybe if we feel a little tingling in our toes or extra space within the body, we can label that as a sensation. So you can get used to labeling your feelings just like you can with other things you do in life. And it's a good thing to be able to do, to be aware of how we feel. So just take a moment to do that as you lie here, observing your thoughts. And at the same time as you have that thought, just let the thought go. So imagine it's just floating on a cloud away. Don't dwell on it too much, just let it go. So now we're going to come on to a little bit of relaxation to help really relax the body. So we're going to start what we call this tense and release relaxation. Okay, working all through the physical body to help soften the muscles. So we're going to start with our toes. I want you to scrunch your toes up really tight, both feet, and then just relax, make them nice and soft again. We're then going to come onto the feet. I want you to tense the feet, whole of each foot, and then soften it, allowing it to just relax. We're then going to work onto the legs. So really tensing the thigh muscles around the knee, all of the legs. Tense them, you might feel them lift and rise off the floor a bit, and then relax. And then we're going to work with the belly button. So you're going to be pulling in the belly button towards the spine, really put it in, tense it up, and then relax it and soften the belly. We're going to be working on the shoulders. So the shoulders, I want you to bring the shoulders up to the ears, tense the shoulders up and relax them down. I'm going to do that 2 more times. So tense and relax. And again, you can tense them up and relax them down. And then moving on to the fists and the arms. So I want you to clench a fist with each hand, tighten up through the whole of the arm, each arm, hold it, and then fully release both. Lastly, you're going to work on the face. So I want you to close your eyes, really squeeze the eyes, squeeze all of the face, and then relax. And then I just want you to take a few relaxed breaths into the whole of the body. So breathing in, and as you exhale, just really softening, relaxing that breath out, allowing all of the body to just relax here now. If you find there's any tense parts still of the body, you can repeat that process, okay, on that part of the body that we did before until it feels relaxed. Okay, so just take a further couple of minutes here, pause the video. Okay, so just gently bring some movement back to your body. You can circle your feet, circle through your wrists, and stretch into your fingers. I want to give the neck a little bit of a release here, side to side. Give yourself a hug, hug your knees into your chest. And then gently just rolling over to one side. Take a moment to just lie on one side. And then when you're ready, you're just gently going to come back up to sitting. And that completes your practice for this week. I hope to see you again next week. Namaste.